I've got something a little bit different today. I'm going to be doing a miniature room box today. It is one of these DIY kits where it's like a picture frame, but it's got like a little bit of depth, and it's got one of these little scenes. Now today I have this one right here. Now you may think, wow, you're doing something lovely today, but nah. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be building this kit, and then I'm going to be horrifying it a smickerchin. I bought this kit quite a few months ago, and I haven't had a chance to have a look in it because of Inktober and being quite busy with a lot of other projects that I've got in my list. I'm trying to do everything in a constructive, you know, order. So yeah, let's open this up and let's see what's inside this box. Alright, so let's have a look at this. Alright, so we have the picture frame. So it's just, looks like it's just some sort of, I don't know, chipboard looking stuff. Okay, so we got like, it looks like a little chair bottom. Some glue that is in another language and I cannot read it. And we've got all these goodies in here. Oh, this is more in depth than I thought it was gonna be. Oh, okay, all right. And then obviously we've got the actual base, the body of it, where everything goes into. It's just like, it looks like a little tray. We've got some perspex by the looks of that. Some clear perspex that will be that will go over the front of it once it's finished. We have the booklet, and we've got, looks like some little cutout things. Oh yeah, some little things to cut out. And then that's obviously the inside. So, okay, so it shows you where the position screws and whatnot. So, and looks like the wiring. Okay, this is more in depth than I thought it was gonna be, but hey, you know, that's something different. As you can see, it's just a little room. Looks like a front door or something like that, like a little veranda, or it's just a little room. And yeah, you've got a little door, and you've got this little shelf full of like gardening things and a little tree and all that. But yeah, so it's called the Sunshine ZAKKA room. So I presume it's like some sort of rumpus room or something. Have no English instructions, yay! Luckily it's got pictures. The plan for this is, it's obviously a lovely box. There's no two ways about that. But something sinister has happened in this room. Let's get creating this little LIGHTBOX little room. The first thing I did was cut absolutely everything out, so I was fully prepared and I could just grab each individual piece and just start with it. So that was my point of attack straight up. So the first thing that I did, which I followed the book, because that's naturally what you do, well, that's what I do anyway, is I ended up doing the walls first and kitting out the walls, the top of the box and the floor. Second thing I did was do the lights and followed the diagram to how they wanted the wires to be bent. Now this was not fun at all. This was quite a pain in the butt, but yeah, it came along pretty okay in the end. And then I ended up putting the perspex onto the front of the frame, and then gluing that light wire down into the frame so it's hidden from sight. Now I had to get a Google translator because these instructions were not in English. So I had to do that because I had no idea what needed to be done. Even though there was pictures, I still needed that because I wasn't sure if things had to be glued down or whatnot. Now I apply the hinges to the side of the box. Now, as soft as this wood is, I do recommend still puncturing a hole into that wood. I just use a Stanley knife. You could use a drill or a Dremel or something like that, but yeah, you still couldn't just screw them straight in. Now I attach the front of the box, the piece with the lights and the perspex, and this was just a matter of making sure that everything was even. Now I ended up taking this door off again to complete the inside because, well, obviously the door doesn't open fully up, and to get everything in there would have been a bit of a pain in the ass. And then I just put the hinge on, but I ended up puncturing straight through the wall. So just be mindful of that if you do get this kit, that screw does go straight through the back of the wall to the other side. Now this stuff's really, really fiddly for me trying to make these plants. This is something that I don't fully enjoy because it is so fiddly, and the biggest thing with me is I don't have a lot of patience, and I do have a bit of a short fuse with this sort of stuff. You're probably wondering why the hell I would tackle something like this. It is fun, but yeah, I've just got to be aware that I do get very cranky. and yeah, it does take a lot more time, and I've got to just sort of calm down and realize that this is supposed to be therapeutic, and I'm not supposed to be getting quite angry. But anyway, I complete the door. The door was quite fun with the little doorknob and all that. With the little doorknob was so tiny, and then I glue this arrangement that I made onto the door. Now it is time to glue the door in. Now I assemble the shelf where everything, well, the bulk of all the little trinkets go on. And yeah, this was a bit hard to get it all. Like, this is craft glue, so it dries basically well, it doesn't dry instantly, but it goes tacky. So even though it still goes tacky, it does still, you know, move and that. So that was all right, but the worst by far was these roses. I had to, after making this one, I had to make a further 6 more at the end, and cutting the templates out for these was the worst. It's just, ugh. They are the most fiddly things, and I reckon they took me the longest, and they were the most time consuming. So I start making the little books and the little trinkets, and a lot of this I made off of camera because it was fiddly, and I do think that it probably was not going to be extremely fun to watch me do all that. So I got all that prepared, and yeah, I just wanted to do all that first before showing you all the little trinkets that go on the shelf. Now for the final thing for this piece is to add the blood and the handprints and all the grossness in this room that suggests that something bad has happened here and what went on in this room. I kept it as subtle as possible and kept it not too heavy with the blood, but yeah. That is the final piece right there. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and if you're interested in this kit, I will have an affiliate link down below. Thanks for watching. Bye.